I want you to go over there because there's a very important story that's been written about these people and this song right here. Take a listen.
In Christ alone, my hope is found. He is my light, my strength, my song. This cornerstone, this solid ground, firm through the fiercest drought and storm. What heights of love.
That's Christine Getty of the Getty family. Keith and Christine, well-known hymn writers. And the story at One News Now is simply that the Presbyterian denomination that's deciding the new set of hymns for the Presbyterian hymnal is not allowing that hymn to go in because of the phrase, the wrath of God. The wrath of God was satisfied. Even amongst Christians, we want things soft-pedaled now. We want other people to not tell us the hard news, the real truth. We want to have the lovey-doveys. Go to One News Now, read the story. It's really compelling. And while you're there, go back every day. Just set it as a regular place to be, onenewsnow.com, bringing immense value to the goal that we have here at AFA Today, which is to take confusion and obliterate it, replace it with clarity, and then to try to provide a world, an avenue by which they can think more clearly every single day. So thanks for being here. We're talking about this story out of Washington that these documents are coming out today. Fox News reporting that the newly declassified information was only made declassified because Edward Snowden leaked some more information from Russia and in the process called the bluffs of some of the people that didn't want some of this stuff out. And one of the things they didn't want out was the fact that he had proof that there were far more people with access to the metadata that has been stored from our records, our phone calls, our everything that we've done by way of our online communication. That there's far more of that is accessible by far more people than we were told previously. And some people may say, Kev, it's just another in a long line. I know, but it is another in a long line. And the question becomes, is this the nation that we actually want? Is this the nation that we're satisfied with? Is this what we want our nation to, in fact, be? Toby from Arkansas, we were going to go to you right before the break. Thank you for your patience, my friend. You're up next on AFA Today. Hi.
Hey, thank you, Kevin. I'm one of those homegrown terrorists, returned Vietnam veteran, and loving my country and consider myself a patriot as well as a born-again Christian. And
thank you for your service.
There is no doubt that we are headed into what George Orwell described in 1984 as that police state with Big Brother watching. This is not a new development that's been going on for some time, but of course the new discoveries of what the NSA is accumulating just puts that exclamation point to that statement. It's taken a long time for the Christian community to begin to become aware of exactly what we're up against here. This is not just a gradually encroachment of wrong-minded people. This is a committed group of evil. They are committed. In fact, Psalm 2 talks about it. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together. The Lord and against his anointed. People that believe there's a conspiracy out there seem to be pushed off in the corner and laughed at a lot of times, but it's my experience that the only ones that don't understand the conspiracy and believe in it are either the ones that are part of the problem or they haven't taken time to study what's really going on out here. Let me mention one thing, Kevin. There's an excellent book out here called America's Nazi Secret. It's written by John Loftus, who worked with our own Justice Department for over 20 years back during the Reagan years, and he has written a book to the fact that after World War II, the Justice Department aided and abetted over 15,000 former Nazis to come into this country. Now, we all know that some came in here with a rocket program and so forth, but no one has really uncovered exactly what was going on with our Justice Department until John Loftus, who was an attorney and an investigator with our Justice Department during these years said that the Justice Department aided and abetted over 15,000 former Nazis coming into our country, and many of those former Nazis went straight into the CIA and our own government here in the United States.
Sounds like it would be a fascinating read. I'm not truly worried about World War II era Nazis still being in circulation, but certainly if they were the ones that had any influence in how some of this was designed, that is cause for concern. What's the name of that book one more time, Toby?
You're correct, yeah. I'm not worried about World War II either, but they did set the pattern. The name of the book is America's Nazi Secret, and it's written by John Loftus, Loftus. It should be required reading for every American, man.
All right, I'm gonna take a look at it. I need some more books to add to the nightstand this summer. Not really, but that one sounds interesting enough. I might just read it anyway. 888-589-8840, 888-589-8840. Let's go to Dennis. And I don't know where Dennis is calling from, but you're up next, Dennis. Welcome. You're on AFA Today with Kevin McCullough. Hi.
Yes, Kevin. I listen to y'all's program every day, and
thank you.
And y'all are a very inspiration, to listen to. But this business about the government, tapping the phone lines and everything and all that, the government has got a building. I'm pretty sure that this is in Washington. This building is so big, and it is nothing inside of it but a huge computer system that monitors every phone call around the world, every phone call in the United States, and everywhere.
You're talking about the Echelon program, and yeah, I'm not. I don't know that it's in Washington. I don't know that it's the size of a building. In fact, the actual facts of Echelon have often been disputed by different people that were supposedly in the know about it. But I am familiar with that. But the difference in that and this is that the metadata that is being taken proactively and announced publicly. The Echelon program is still debated as to whether or not anyone actually monitors it, that it may be keywords that set off certain things, et cetera, et cetera. But in this case, there's no question who you called, how many times you called, what dates those calls took place on, how long those calls lasted, et cetera, et cetera. Let's go to Pam in Tennessee. And again, today's scandal, the scandal of the day brought to you by, today's scandal is not that it's being admitted to that they're taking the information. Today's scandal is that far more people have access to it and are using it than what we were originally told. Might be a really good time, by the way, to just clean house. Just get everything out. Just Ajax the corners, Clorox the floors. Just get rid of all of it in D.C. Start all over again. I'd rather take, I promise you, we would come up with better solutions. You have 400 and something congressmen, and you got 100 senators, so 500 plus roughly, plus the executive branch. Let's just take the president, the vice president, let's say 12 cabinet members. Let's take all the federally appointed court justices. Let's say 600 people, somewhere. Every key decision-making spot in all of the federal government, 600 people roughly. I'd rather get rid of all 600 of them. And I think start with the first 600 names I could come up with from the phone book in terms of the values that they hold and the outlook that they have on life, and start over again. I almost think it would be such a benefit to do that. Oh, Kev, you're going to get rid of some of the good guys. I know, but you'd get rid of a lot more of the bad ones. And then term limit everybody. You don't get to stay there forever. Nobody should be making a career of Washington, D.C. Couple of shots, boom, you're done. But until the populace is ready to sit up and go, hey, yeah, we probably should pay attention to the fact that these guys are invading our privacy, taxing us, blind, and getting into our business degrees that nobody should have the right to. We're not gonna see change, because the power of being an incumbent is a very strong lure. That's why I'm glad Ted Cruz, to be very candid with you, got down to business his first term. He just celebrated his first year as winning the election. Get in there and get it done. That's the mindset he's had while there, and I'm grateful that he has. 888-589-8840. Let's go to Tennessee and speak with Pam. Pam, welcome. You're on AFA Today with Kevin McCullough. So glad you're with us.
Thank you, Kevin. You pretty much took the words out of my mouth, and you're right. We just need a clean house. I mean, and quite frankly, what's the difference in completely cleaning house and just going through the first 600 names you find in the phone book than what we're doing with the NSA people that don't have any background checks or anything else done? I mean, what have they got? You even have to have a high school diploma, and we put these people in, give them CIA top clearance, and they can go in and because they're computer geeks, and I mean that with respect, because I'm like you. I might erase my hard drive, and they've got all this information and access.
I love my nerds. They have saved my life so many times. I can't even begin to tell you how important they are to me.
But at the same time, when you're talking about the internet, email, and everything else, I still sometimes believe, I'm from that generation that I'm 50 and above, that, there's something to be said for a tablet and a pencil. You can still use a general ledger or a little ledger to do your counting. You don't have.
Did you know that most schools, totally off subject now, Pam, but did you know most schools are going to stop teaching cursive handwriting?
Yes, yeah, I heard that. I heard that, but I've got a sister that's 10 years younger than me, and she told me that up in Illinois. I said, well, you teach cursive. Forget that. I mean,
Pam, my engineer just piped in. My engineer just piped in and asked, literally, this is what he asked in my headset: what's a ledger?
Tell him he's got to be under 40.
No, he is.
Okay, that explains everything. I don't mean no disrespect. No disrespect.
See, even the staff of AFA Today proving your point to a T. Pam, thank you for your call. Pam from Tennessee being proven true to a T. That worked out pretty well. I've got a couple of other headlines I just do want to get to you today. If you are over on onenewsnow.com, there's another case, and I'll go into this in greater depth on the Kevin McCullough show later tonight. But there's a new test that is being given to a state on the issue of marriage. These two men went up to Canada, lived there for a while, got married, and came back to Kentucky, and now they're trying to force that marriage recognition upon the state. Friends, and here's their strategy. They've got a Democratic governor, Democratic attorney general, and they're placing this huge bet that the state's not going to defend the law that was passed there by the people. I'll have some more details on that story tonight. I already told you about the Getty controversy. You can read about that on One News Now as well. And then there's this one last story that I want to make sure that you hear about, and we'll go into greater discussion on this tonight as well. But the House Chief Investigative Committee on the IRS scandal. Remember that scandal? We have so many of them; it's hard to keep them all straight. But you remember that one? 1,000 conservative groups targeted, harassed, abused, privacy invaded, et cetera, et cetera. 2 progressive groups were, and they were just done by accident because they had like the word patriot in their name. That the acting commissioner for the IRS had promised up-to-date cooperation with the congressional committees looking into this. And what they are revealing as of yesterday is that they've gotten 0 cooperation from the acting commissioner at the IRS. So we'll have details on that story as well. It's going to be a very big Kevin McCullough show tonight. I hope that you will join us both online and on the air at AFR Talk as we work through those stories. Let me go back to the phones. A few more of you have ideas. Let's go to Levi in Michigan. Levi, welcome. You're on with Kevin McCullough. Hi. Levi, are you there?
I am right here. How you doing there?
I'm doing well. Thank you for your call.
Oh, great. I just wanted to say that you do an absolute great program, and when you keep saying, the scandal of the day. I fully agree with you. I mean, it's almost to the point where it's every hour there's a new one.
Brought to you by Lying Public Officials Incorporated.
Oh, boy, you said a mouthful there. But the Bible says, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and the longer we let these men and women stay where they're at, the more, corruption we're going to see. They need term limits, and what we got now needs to go. I fully agree.
I say Clorox the corners of the halls. I mean, get down to the nitty-gritty. Clean out the what's that stuff in between the bricks, the mortar? And when you do it with tile, what's it called with tile? The grout. Yeah, clean the grout with Clorox. That's what I'm saying. Real quickly, Len, you have the last say today from Alabama. Hi, Len.
Yes, thanks for taking the call, and I thoroughly enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I know you're talking about the NSA.
Yeah, we're almost out of time, Len. Get to your point.
Okay, I guess my point is that you can put an awful lot of things under the label terrorism. Once you get into terrorism, you can put you can put it globally, or you can take a country and put that under. They can put a lot of things under. You can, as far as closing off the borders. You can also take down a nation.
No doubt about it, Len, and your point is well made. They will use the label of counterterrorism efforts to try to justify the spying even further. We're seeing that right in front of our eyes. I'm Kevin McCullough. Thank you for being with us. Come back tonight for the Kevin McCullough Show. We'll see you tomorrow on AFA Today right here on AFR Talk.